Welcome back to Better Positive You, where today we're going to be talking about goal setting strategies to change your wishes into goals and your goals into successes. I hope you enjoy this video, and thanks for watching. Better Positive You, the show that works to make your life better. We often wish that we could do more of anything, that we could learn another language, that we could learn to play another instrument, that we had more time to work out and exercise. More than 24 hours in a day would be amazing, but we just don't have that. One thing that's on a lot of people's list of things that they would do if they had more time would be learning to speak a foreign language. Lots of Americans know one or no foreign languages, and it's really intriguing and fun, the idea of learning to speak to someone in a different way. Another big wish for people is that they had more time to learn to play an instrument, especially the guitar or piano. If only I had more time, then I would play the guitar, and if only I played the guitar, I would become a rock star and become famous. People also wish they had more time for sports, or maybe not even sports, just working out or exercising, but they don't find the time in the day. They'd rather eat than exercise, and I totally understand that. But the unfortunate thing is that goals don't complete themselves. You have to complete your goals. It's all up to you and the pressure's on. Unless we stop wishing and start making goals, things often don't get done. Step one would be to stop wishing for things and to start wanting them. Wishing is wanting with a conditional, as in, if everything were right and I had 1,000,000 hours extra, I would learn another language. But wanting is, I'm going to learn another language no matter what. So wishing is hoping for things, and wanting is working for things. But goals are the doing things. Goals put a measurement and a time on what you want and what you want to get done. So like I said before, a main stepping stone on the path to getting to goals is to stop wishing for something and to start wanting it. Stop wishing for that video game you want to buy and start wanting it by earning money towards that game. The main reason for this is that wishes are easily displaced by situation. Because wishes are so conditional, any one thing can knock you off your path on your way to something that you're wishing for, but when you want something, you're steadfast and nothing can touch you. While wishes are very conditional and can be displaced by any situation, really, goals break through tough situations. Goals push you harder, goals go farther, goals don't stop because of simple things. Remember that as much as you might wish for them, there are no such things as genies or magic lamps to help you out. And while we're on the subject, I guess I should point out that there are no such things as fairy godmothers or other magical beings that can grant all your wishes. It comes right down to it, it's all up to you. It's all on you. It's all you that needs to do this. But that can be a positive thing too, because when things go well, you can be happy that you did it. So there exists a gold standard. Okay, I'm sorry for that terrible pun. But seriously, the things that you make goals to do are almost always done, but the things that you just hope for almost never get done. So in writing your goals out or thinking of your goals, you should really have a time limit for your goals to be done. Most time limits are inherent, like a day, a year, a month, but time limits help you to get down to business and really get those goals done. Like I said, your goals' time limits could be days, weeks, months, years, but as long as you have a time limit, then you can plan on how much you're going to get done over the next X amount of time. So one obvious time to make goals is during New Year's. A lot of us make New Year's resolutions, and I love to make New Year's resolutions, but I'd like to give you some tips on how to make those resolutions actually work better for you. The tip is that a year is a long time. This is pretty obvious. And I know I said that goals could be over a year, but I think that you should at least break them down. A year is too long to really plan for, at least in your head, so you should break it down to at least months, and then you know what to do for the next month. Then you're not putting everything else off until the next December. Another thing about goals is that goals should be measurable. It's hard to tell when you're making progress if you can't measure your goal. This is sometimes hard to do, like when you actually gain weight when you start working out because you get muscle before you lose fat. For some goals, measuring them can be very finicky, but you should try your best, and then you can have pride in the work that you've done. For example, you shouldn't have a goal to learn to play the guitar. That's very vague. Learning to play the guitar is great, but a better goal might be some steps on your way to learning the guitar, some steps that you can measure and prove to yourself that you've learned. Coming up with intermediate steps is pretty hard, especially if you're so new to the guitar that you don't know things about what intermediate steps would be. This is when it's time to put down for now, learn to play the guitar, and after maybe your first lesson, come up with some intermediate steps, like learn 3 scales or learn 3 songs. Continuing on with the same idea, you don't want to learn a new language. That's extremely vague. It doesn't even tell you which language you want to learn. So, at least start out with learn German or learn Russian or something closer. And then, as we talked about before, we'll break it down some more. So with the example of learning a language, because that's a common wish for most people, you want to break that goal down into intermediate steps. Some good intermediate steps might be learning hello and goodbye phrases or learning 100 words. You can come up with your own intermediate steps, whatever works best for you. So when I have a goal to learn something new, I often pick up a book at the bookstore. Sometimes I get hard copies so I can take notes in them, and other times I get an ebook copy because it's cheaper and more convenient. But anyways, when picking up a book, you should check and make sure that it has intermediate goals set for you in it. You might come up with your own anyways, but a good book will tell you exactly what you're going to learn, teach it to you, and then test you on that same material. Another thing about your goals is hopefully you can make your work really rewarding. Hopefully the rewards will exceed the work that you put into that goal. Unless you're trying just to exercise your mind a little bit, you don't want to spend hours and hours learning just a couple phrases in German. You'd rather learn phrases in German quickly and easily. If the goal you have to complete isn't immediately rewarding, you might try adding a reward to it. Like, if I learn these phrases in German, or if I learn these scales for guitar, I get to play so much time on my Xbox. It's also good to set goals on things that you can follow through with. There's that saying that if you aim for the moon, you'll at least fall among the stars, but I think that's a pretty crappy saying because you want to make your goals so that you can complete them and enjoy the completion and not feel bad drifting around in space, freezing to death. We as humans like to complete things. We like to see that something is complete, look back on it, and then have some joy in the fact that we completed that thing. We don't eat half a candy bar and then stop. Well, okay, candy may be a different thing. We just eat it because it tastes so good. When you want your life to be really complete and be really good and perfect in each and every way, you'll set goals a certain way. And I'll tell you how to do that right now. Pretty simple. All you really want to do is set goals in all the different parts of your life, whether it be sports, school, work, or whatever. I like to set goals in other ways too. Like when I was a kid, I did it in scouting and in band. Just whatever you're interested in, it's good practice to set goals in everything that you do. You want to grow not only upward, but also in depth. You know, a tree without good roots will fall easily. But a tree with big, expansive roots will hold its ground no matter what comes its way. With this great depth of character, you should be able to get the approval of everyone you meet. Hopefully your future peers, your future employers, and everyone in between. I hope you enjoyed this video and have taken away from it some good goal-setting strategies to implement in your own life. If you like this video and you'd like to see more content like it, go ahead and check out my channel, Better Positive You, subscribe below, or check out the links in the description below to my other sites and my blog. Thanks for watching.